I never imagined that a single summer evening could shatter the facade of our perfect suburban life in small-town Ohio. It was the kind of place where everyone knew your business, and mine was about to become front-page gossip. My stepson, Ethan, had always been the golden boy, star quarterback, straight-A student, the kid every parent dreamed of, until that night when I walked in on him kissing his best friend, Jake, in the basement rec room. The shock hit me like a freight train. Ethan froze, his face draining of color, while Jake bolted out the back door without a word. I stood there, mouth agape, as years of assumptions crumbled around me. Mark, Ethan stammered, using my first name like he always did since I married his mom 5 years ago. We weren't blood, but I'd raised him since he was 12, teaching him to throw a football, helping with homework, being the father figure his real dad never was after skipping town. Now, at 17, he was confessing something that flipped our world upside down. That night, sleep evaded me. My wife, Sarah, noticed my restlessness and pressed for answers. I couldn't keep it from her. We promised no secrets when we tied the knot. He's gay, I blurted out over morning coffee. Her eyes widened, then filled with tears. Not of anger, but confusion. Sarah came from a conservative family, church every Sunday, the whole 9 yards. How do you know? She whispered, as if saying it louder would make it real. I recounted the scene, sparing no details, and watched her world tilt just like mine had. The initial fallout was quiet but brutal. Ethan avoided us for days, locking himself in his room, blasting music to drown out the silence. When we finally cornered him for a family talk, the air was thick with tension. It's not a choice, he said defiantly, his voice cracking. I've known for a while, but I was scared. Sarah hugged him, whispering assurances, but I could see the doubt in her eyes. Me? I felt a mix of protectiveness and betrayal, not because of who he loved, but because he'd hidden it from us. Word spread like wildfire in our tight-knit community. Ethan's football coach pulled him aside after practice, asking if the rumors were true. We don't need distractions on the team, the coach said gruffly, implying Ethan might lose his spot. Kids at school whispered, some supportive, others cruel. One day, Ethan came home with a black eye from a scuffle in the locker room. They called me a fag, he muttered, refusing to name names. My blood boiled. I wanted to march down to the school and demand justice, but Sarah urged caution. We can't make it worse, she said. As the weeks dragged on, our family dinners turned into battlegrounds. Sarah's parents, devout Baptists from the old school, got wind of it during a visit. This is a phase, her father boomed. Send him to camp. They'll fix him. The suggestion hung in the air like poison. Ethan stormed out and I followed, finding him in the garage punching a heavy bag I'd set up for him years ago. They think I'm broken, he sobbed. In that moment, I realized my role wasn't to fix him. It was to stand by him. But standing by wasn't easy. My own buddies at the auto shop where I worked started side-eyeing me. Heard about your kid, one said with a smirk. Tough break. I shrugged it off, but inside, it stung. Was I failing as a stepdad? Had I missed the signs? Ethan and I had always bonded over guy stuff, cars, sports, fishing trips. Now everything felt questioned. Then came the real curveball, Jake. He wasn't just a friend. He was Ethan's first love. They'd met in middle school, inseparable ever since. Jake's family was even more conservative. His dad was a local pastor. When Jake's parents found out, they forbade him from seeing Ethan, grounding him indefinitely. Ethan was devastated, sneaking out to meet Jake in secret spots around town. I caught him once, climbing back through his window at midnight. Please don't tell Mom, he begged. I didn't, but the secrecy gnawed at me. Sarah and I argued more than ever. She wanted therapy, not conversion, but to help him cope. I agreed, but Ethan resisted. I'm not sick, he insisted. The therapist we found was neutral, focusing on family dynamics. Sessions revealed cracks I'd ignored. My lingering resentment toward Ethan's absent bio dad, Sarah's fear of judgment from her church circle, Ethan's pressure to be perfect. One evening, after a particularly raw session, Ethan opened up about his struggles. I tried to like girls, but it felt wrong, he confessed. Hearing his pain twisted my gut. I shared my own story, how I'd questioned things in my youth but pushed it down. It wasn't the same, but it bridged a gap. As summer faded, school loomed with new challenges. Ethan decided to come out publicly, posting on social media. The response was mixed. Support from some friends, vitriol from others. Our mailbox filled with anonymous hate mail, calling us enablers of sin. Sarah's church friends distanced themselves, whispering about our broken home. Through it all, Ethan's resolve grew. He started a GSA club at school, advocating for LGBTQ rights. I attended the first meeting, awkwardly at first, but proud. Jake, however, cracked under pressure. His parents sent him to a religious retreat, and when he returned, he ghosted Ethan. The heartbreak was palpable. Ethan withdrew again, grades slipping. In the midst of this, Sarah and I hit a low. "Maybe we should have seen this coming," she said one night, tears streaming. I held her, vowing we'd get through it. But deep down, I wondered if our family could survive the storm. Fall brought crisp air and mounting pressures. Ethan's GSA club gained traction, drawing a dozen kids who'd felt invisible. But opposition surged too. At a school board meeting, parents rallied against it, claiming it promoted deviant behavior. I spoke up, my voice steady despite nerves. "This is about safety, not agenda," I argued. Ethan beamed from the back row, but the board tabled the issue, leaving us in limbo. Home life stabilized somewhat. Sarah baked Ethan's favorite cookies, a peace offering. We watched movies together, avoiding heavy topics. But Jake's absence loomed large. Ethan confided they'd shared stolen moments, walks in the park, notes passed in class before the clampdown. "He said he loved me," Ethan whispered one night. My heart ached for him. First love's sting was universal. Then, a bombshell. Jake's dad, Pastor Reynolds, preached a sermon on traditional values, subtly targeting our family. Word got back, and Ethan confronted me. "We have to fight back." I hesitated, escalation could backfire, but agreed to attend church with Sarah, showing unity. The service was tense. Reynolds' eyes locked on us as he spoke of resisting temptation. Afterward, Sarah pulled him aside. "Our son needs compassion, not condemnation." The pastor's response was cold. "Pray for guidance." It fueled Ethan's fire. He organized a peaceful protest outside the church, signs reading "Love is love." Media caught wind. A local news crew interviewed Ethan. "I'm not ashamed," he declared. The clip went viral in our small town, polarizing opinions. Support poured in from unexpected places. My boss at the shop donated to LGBTQ charities. A teacher offered mentorship. But backlash intensified. Vandalism hit our house. Eggs on the door, slurs spray-painted on the garage. Police dismissed it as kids' pranks. But we knew better. Ethan refused to back down, but fear crept in. One night, he broke down. "What if they hurt me?" I promised protection, installing security cameras. Sarah's family intervened again. Her sister flew in, urging reconciliation. "Mom and Dad just worry," she said. But their worry manifested as ultimatums. Disown Ethan or lose family ties. Sarah stood firm. "He's my son," she retorted. Estranged relations but strengthened ours. Amid the chaos, Ethan met Tyler, a new kid at school, openly gay and unapologetic. They bonded over shared experiences, Tyler helping Ethan navigate his identity. I watched warily. Tyler was bold, with piercings and dyed hair, from a liberal family in the city. "He's good for me," Ethan assured. Their friendship blossomed into something more, tentative dates at coffee shops. Sarah fretted about moving too fast, but I saw Ethan's smile return. Tyler's parents invited us over, a contrast to our world. Open discussions, pride flags waving. Yet jealousy stirred over Jake. Ethan admitted lingering feelings. What if he comes back? Complicated things. Tyler sensed it, leading to arguments. One blew up at our house. "Choose Ethan," Tyler yelled before leaving. The emotional toll mounted. Ethan skipped school, depressed. Therapy helped, but progress was slow. I took him fishing like old times. "Life's not fair, kid," I said. "But you're stronger than you know." He nodded, opening up about internalized shame from years of hiding. School administration finally approved the GSA, a small victory. But at the first official meeting, protesters gathered outside, chanting slurs. Police intervened, but the damage was done. Ethan felt targeted. Sarah and I sought counseling too, learning to communicate better. "I blame myself," she confessed, "for not seeing." I reassured her. Blame helped no one. As winter approached, a turning point emerged. Jake reached out secretly, apologizing. "I miss you," his text read. Ethan was torn, loyalty to Tyler versus old flames. He chose honesty, telling Tyler everything. Surprisingly, Tyler understood. "Take time," he said. The reunion with Jake was clandestine in a park at dusk. I drove Ethan, waiting in the car. Hours later, he returned in tears. His parents are sending him away to a conversion camp. Horror struck. Those places were notorious for harm. We researched frantically. Sarah called child services, but Jake was 18 now, legally an adult. Ethan pleaded with Jake's parents, but they slammed the door. Desperation led to action. Ethan started a petition against conversion therapy, gathering signatures online. It gained momentum, drawing state attention. Media revisited our story, this time framing Ethan as an activist. But personal costs rose. Tyler distanced himself, feeling like a rebound. Ethan regretted it, but focused on saving Jake. In a heated family meeting, Sarah's parents showed up unannounced. "This has gone too far," her father thundered. Arguments erupted, old wounds reopening. I defended Ethan fiercely. "He's our family, accept him or leave." They left, but not before disowning Sarah. She wept, but stood tall. "I choose love," she said. Winter's chill mirrored the frost in our relationships. Ethan's petition exploded, amassing thousands of signatures. A state senator noticed, inviting him to testify at a hearing on banning conversion therapy. Pride swelled in me, but so did worry. Exposure meant more threats. Jake vanished into the camp, communication cut off. Ethan obsessed, researching horror stories. Isolation, shaming, worse. "We have to get him out," he insisted. Legally, we couldn't. Jake had chosen it under duress. Tyler re-entered the picture as a friend, offering support. "I'm here, no pressure," he said. Their bond rebuilt slowly, based on trust. Sarah warmed to Tyler, inviting him for dinner. "He's polite," she noted approvingly. School dynamics shifted. Ethan's activism earned respect from peers, but alienated others. The football team benched him, citing team unity. Coach's bias was clear, but proving it tough. I confronted the principal, demanding fairness. "Discrimination won't stand," I warned. The hearing approached. We prepped Ethan, role-playing questions. He was nervous but determined. "This is for Jake, and kids like us." The day arrived in Columbus, a sea of supporters and opponents. Ethan's testimony was raw, detailing his coming out, Jake's plight, societal pressures. "It shouldn't be controversial to love who you love," he concluded. Applause erupted from one side, boos from the other. Media swarmed post-hearing. Ethan handled it gracefully. Back home, repercussions hit. Anonymous calls threatened violence. We changed numbers, but paranoia lingered. One night, tires slashed on my truck. Clear retaliation. Sarah's faith wavered. She skipped church, questioning doctrines that hurt her son. "God loves everyone," she murmured. I supported her exploration, attending a more inclusive congregation. Ethan's grades rebounded with Tyler's tutoring. Their relationship deepened, shared activism bonding them. But Jake's shadow persisted. A leaked camp photo showed him gaunt, eyes hollow. Ethan broke, vowing rescue. We contacted advocates, learning of underground networks helping escapees. Risky, but Ethan pushed. If not us, who? Moral dilemmas arose, was intervening right? Meanwhile, my work suffered. Co-workers gossiped. Clients avoided me. Your family's drama is bad for business, my boss hinted. I stood firm, but finances tightened. Sarah's sister mediated with their parents, arranging a tense reunion. We miss you, her mother said tearfully. But conditions attached. Denounce Ethan's lifestyle. Sarah refused. He's not changing. The rift widened. Ethan and Tyler faced their own trial. At a school dance, Ethan's first as an out couple, bullies heckled them. Tyler punched one, sparking a fight. Suspensions followed, but public outcry forced the school to address bullying. Post-suspension, Ethan reflected. It's exhausting, being the poster child. I empathized. Visibility came at a cost. Then, breakthrough. Jake escaped the camp with help from insiders. He showed up at our door, disheveled and scared. I couldn't take it anymore. We hid him, calling lawyers. His parents reported him missing, but as an adult, police couldn't force return. Tensions peaked when they confronted us. You're poisoning him, Pastor Reynolds accused. Jake stood his ground. I love Ethan. That's not changing. The revelation stunned them. Ethan and Jake reunited emotionally, but complications arose. Tyler's feelings. Ethan chose Jake, breaking Tyler's heart. I understand, Tyler said graciously, but the pain was evident. Guilt plagued Ethan. With Jake safe, focus shifted to healing. Therapy for all, Jake's trauma deep. He disowned his family, crashing with us. Community divided further. Some hailed us heroes, others villains. A town hall debated LGBTQ rights, Ethan speaking eloquently. Sarah reconciled partially with her parents via letters, boundaries set. As spring neared, stability teased. But underlying conflicts simmered, ready to boil. Spring thawed the ground, but not all hearts. Jake integrated into our home, sleeping on the couch. His presence brought joy to Ethan, but awkwardness for Sarah and me. He's welcome, I said, meaning it though space was tight. Jake's therapy revealed camp horrors, forced prayers, aversion tactics. They said I was damned. Ethan comforted him, their bond strengthening. But cohabitation bred intimacy questions. We set rules. Doors open, no overnights. School readmitted them, but stigma lingered. They faced stares, whispers. Ethan pushed for anti-bullying policies, petitioning the board again. Tyler's absence hurt. He transferred schools, avoiding pain. Ethan regretted the fallout. I hurt a good guy. Work stabilized for me after a promotion. My boss admired my resilience. Family first, he said. Sarah found a new church, affirming and welcoming. She dragged us along. Surprisingly, it fit. Pastor there preached inclusion, healing old wounds. But external pressures mounted. A conservative group sued the school over the GSA, claiming indoctrination. We lawyered up, community dividing into camps. Jake's parents sued for alienation of affection. Absurd but draining. Court dates loomed, testimonies prepared. In court, emotions ran high. Jake testified against his parents, detailing abuse. Love isn't sin. The judge dismissed the case, but damage done. Family ties severed. Victory bittersweet. Media frenzy intensified. National outlets picked up the story. Ethan becoming a reluctant spokesperson. Personal growth emerged. Ethan matured, balancing activism with life. He applied to colleges with strong LGBTQ programs. Sarah and I rekindled romance, date nights amid chaos. We're stronger, she said. Then, a twist. Ethan's biodad resurfaced, hearing the news. Want to meet? His message read. Skeptical, Ethan agreed, me accompanying. The meeting was tense. Biodad, remorseful, accepted Ethan. Proud of you. Filled a void, but didn't replace our bond. Community healing began. A pride event organized, Ethan keynoting. Turnout surprised. Supporters outnumbered haters. But tragedy struck. Vandalism escalated to arson attempt on our house. Firefighters contained it, but fear peaked. We considered moving. Ethan refused. Running means they win. His courage inspired. Jake proposed they go public fully, attending prom together. Sarah helped pick tuxes, a milestone. Prom night was magical. Dancing without fear, crowned kings in a progressive twist. Post-prom, reflections deepened. Ethan questioned society's progress. How much more? As summer beckoned, resolutions neared. Petitions influenced legislation. Conversion therapy ban passed committee. Family ties mended slightly. Sarah's parents sent a card, tentative olive branch. Jake found a job, independence growing. Through trials, love prevailed, but questions lingered. Summer returned, full circle from that fateful evening. Our home, scarred but standing, symbolized resilience. Ethan and Jake planned a road trip, college visits doubling as escape. Before leaving, Ethan organized a town forum on acceptance. Turnout massive, dialogues bridging divides. Even Pastor Reynolds attended, silent but present. Sarah's parents visited, awkward but civil. We're trying, her father admitted. Small steps but meaningful. My relationship with Ethan evolved. You're my dad, he said one evening. Tears welled. Blood didn't define us. Jake integrated fully, family expanding. He pursued counseling certification, turning pain to purpose. Activism continued. Ethan blogged experiences, inspiring others. But peace fragile. Online trolls harassed, forcing account privacy. A final conflict. Biodad offered financial help for college, strings attached, distance from controversy. Ethan declined. I won't hide. Road trip commenced, goodbyes emotional. Be safe, Sarah urged. During their absence, Sarah and I reflected. Did we do right? I asked. They returned changed, stronger, committed. Ethan announced engagement plans post-college, dreaming big. Community shifted subtly. More allies emerged. As life normalized, Ethan pondered future. Society's changing, but slow. In quiet moments, doubts surfaced. Had we pushed too hard? Protected enough? The journey taught us. Love defies norms, but costs dearly. Looking back, from that basement kiss to advocacy heights, transformation profound. Yet one question remains. Was it society that turned my stepson gay? Or did it simply force him to hide until he couldn't anymore?